Welcome to Sideline Vibes, the Minnesota sports show changing the narrative of Minnesota sports fandom. I'm your host, Derek Long. With me today, as always, we have the owner and operator of @BenJohnson I Love You on Twitter, Mitch Reeby.
What up, what up? Did you hear that the Bears won this weekend?
All right, moving on. And always, the man on the keys, 6'4", also a soccer ref, all levels. Shout out to him. Reed Sherman.
What up, Reed? How's it going up there?
Yeah.
He's a little quiet today. Sorry, guys.
He's not in the camera, yeah. As you can see, Mitch is not actually with us today. We'll address the drama of that next episode. But legally, we cannot say anything at this point. It'll all come out later. But yeah, that's we'll leave it at that.
It's a pretty serious deal.
That's pretty serious, yeah. So, yeah, comment down below what you think it is. Person who's closest to it will give you a prize. No, yeah. So Reed's in the hot seat today as co-host and also producer at the same time. So we're gonna try some new stuff today. We're gonna talk the Loons.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to the next round of the MLS playoffs, we got the Loon lights going. We have the. I should have started with that.
Wonder Ball.
We're fired up here for some Loon playoffs. We're going to talk about them and introduce a new segment that we'll talk about in a second. And then, of course, State of the State. All right, so we had this idea of doing a old school Sports Center kind of riff. We're going to break down the highlight package from the Sounders Loon Game 3 epic showdown. Because the game was so crazy, I feel like me just telling you go watch it is not going to be good enough. So we're going to try something here today, and we're going to test to see if we can do a highlight thing. I've always wanted to do this. I didn't write a script, but I kind of wrote a script, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to channel my inner Stuart Scott, maybe throw in a couple whammies. And he didn't ever say whammy. I don't know his catchphrase, but wait, no, what was his catch? Oh, you don't know. You're too young.
I'm too young.
You're too young. But anyways, you'll get the idea as we get going here. So, without further ado, here we go. Do or die, Game 3, Loons versus Sounders. Winner moves on. Let's get to all the highlights here.
I want to start just by saying that is a weird way to start a game, to kick the ball out of bounds. I've never seen that before, ever.
So did they do that on purpose?
It seems like they did it on purpose. Sometimes there's a strategy because when you do a throw-in, obviously one player is off the field to start.
Sure.
So it gives you more of a chance to gain possession of the ball.
That seems like overthinking.
At the very beginning of the game is just weird because you already start with the ball.
Yeah.
Normally, they'll kick it behind them and they'll try to work from the back, or they'll push forward it right away, try to score. But I've never seen them intentionally kick it out of bounds. It's just wild.
Early on here, Seattle gets a push up the left side with an aggressive entry into the middle of the box. Lax defense by the Loons leads to a quick goal by Rustic. Seattle starts up 1-0. Reed, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, as on defense, you can't just let him sneak by like that. You see him just kind of go behind the defender. He's splitting the defenders, and the guy playing behind has to come up and defend him better. You know, I think the guy in front thought the guy behind was gonna get him, but he didn't. So
no communication.
Bad communication. That's kind of been the story of the game.
Yeah, and bad way to start your
your
closeout game here. Shortly after here, Seattle finds themselves in the corner, and an easy kick in here. What are your thoughts on that, Reed?
Yeah, you can't be missing those. You whiff like a middle schooler would whiff. Like, come on. You got to get in front of that ball. And then also, again, bad defense.
Yeah.
You can't let these guys be just on their own.
A team that was known all year as like the number one defensive team in the Loons.
Yeah.
Giving up 2 very quick goals. Puts them in a tough spot here.
Yep.
But we did have the goaltender of the year, Dane Sinclair. He saved us a bunch. And here's one opportunity that was a pretty easy one for him to save, but he'll have some miraculous ones later. Next, we have a set piece here. Loons, again, one of the best set piece teams in the league. Pereira with a rocket to the right corner. Thoughts on that shot there?
No way to defend it. Just perfectly placed goal. Just a beautiful shot. That's what we call a dinger.
A dinger. That was an absolute dinger, as you see here. And the Loons crowd goes crazy. You can smell the wonder ball in the air.
For sure. Yeah, just right over the defender's head. Put it right where the goalkeeper could not get it.
I would hate to be in that front line right there trying to take that shot away.
Yep.
Then we have a huge save by Sinclair in the first half. He kept us in this game. Huge foot save there. Defense, again, a little bit lax, but we were able to get a good push off of that. Then we have an awesome opportunity here by Triantis, but what is coming of this play here is
right down in the corner, you see it.
Rosales getting a red card, putting the Loon. Yeah, let's hear it.
No place for that in this sport, man.
No place.
You got it.
Give him the whistle. Give him the whistle. Plug your ears, headphones users. Wait, plug your ears. Yeah. That's good. That was a good whistle. Is that how hard you blow your whistle?
No, it goes,
Okay,
it goes way louder.
Hey,
I'm not trying to ruin our speakers.
So they'll show the replay here.
Yep.
We kind of see what happened. A little headbutt action.
Yeah. I mean,
Was there a
looking
little
at
flop?
looking at it, it's a little bit of a flop, but also there's no point for that.
Yeah.
You're off the ball completely, which is what makes it a red card.
Sure.
There's absolutely zero place for it. It's just violence. I mean, yeah, you just gave him a little headbutt. I mean, Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo are doing that all the time, but still, in soccer, it's not how it works.
Good sell job by the Seattle Sounder there to
Yep.
just rile in pain. I think he was fine after this. I think he played the rest of the game.
I think
They
we
did not have to
gotta-
go to concussion protocol, but that was good.
Let's pull this back.
I think
up here.
he was upset about the.
He was upset right here. He felt like he was tripped, and as someone who referees soccer, I think that was clean. The defender's leg was out from kicking the ball. He didn't intentionally move it again to try to trip the player, and our player Rosales ran over him and fell down, and that's his own fault.
In basketball, you're entitled to your defensive position. Is that the same as soccer?
Yes and no.
Sure.
Yeah. It all depends on closeness to the play and what you're doing. If you're like standing still and the player runs into you, it's all them. You're not at fault. It's like basketball. Same thing if you do like a moving screen in soccer,
Sure.
then that's a foul.
Sure. Down a man, Seattle got some great looks, but this is when Sinclair stepped up big time here for the Loons, and the defense really had to put a little bit more men in the box there to help protect the goal.
You see that little push off there? There's a little bit of a push there in the box.
I did not see that.
Yep.
Do they allow that hand checking to happen on corners?
And with soccer, it's such a physical game that it becomes really tough to referee at some points. If it's coming from both sides, it's really hard to call it. So
Sure. The post did also help us out a lot here, as this could have been easily a 3-1 game. But Sinclair, you see him always kissing the post. He loves those posts. They help him out big time. They're kind of like his backup men.
almost like a Bears kicker.
Shout out to Mitch, that dirty dog. Next here we have Boxall entering the Diaz to tie it up here. What a set play. Reed, break this one down for us.
Beautiful. Watch this again. Quick little throw in. And then here you see just a beautiful cross. And the guy sneaks behind the defenders, uses his head, puts the ball in the goal.
How hard is it to do one of those like backward head flickers?
To control the ball in the air with your head, incredibly difficult.
To make it even go like faster backwards.
To know what you're doing and intentionally put it somewhere behind you, insane.
Sure.
Scoring with your head, a lot more manageable, a lot more doable.
Sure.
Many times that's happened in high school. But yeah,
I love
overall, great play, great shot. Love it.
2-2 here. We have a corner opportunity. Loons again, one of the best teams in the league in set pieces. And we get a beautiful one here from Markinek to get up by 1. What are your thoughts, Reed?
Once again, just a beautiful goal. The defense just was not watching him. He runs from the top of the box down to the corner, puts one in with his head. I've been there multiple times. Shout out Ivan. You know, we used to score a couple back in the day. I did not use
Shout
my
out
head.
Ivan.
I did not use my head, but I'd use my feet. So,
That was
but
beautiful.
Yeah, it was a great goal.
Markinek, one of the best defensive scorers in the MLS as well. They find good ways to use him in that box.
I love when a defender scores.
Beauty. Huge defensive stand here in the last 15 minutes. Another incredible opportunity by the Sounders, but to no avail. Multiple opportunities. St. Clair just in the right place, right time. That's what makes him one of the best in the business. And then we have an absolute insane save here late in the 80-minute mark with an absolute firecracker shot, but he denies it, goes up. They gave him life, that wonder wall behind him. However, after the 87th minute, corner here, and it's just too many shots, too many opportunities, and the Sounders are eventually going to score here to tie it up at the 87th minute, which is a huge goal. What are your thoughts on this corner here?
So if you watch it again, the defender is right in the way of the keeper, so he can't see the ball when it's coming. So that makes it a little tougher to defend. And then just ends up getting right under his leg. He's just a split second too slow, having the defender in his way.
As a goalie, are you always trying to like defend down to down to up? Like you're usually more going to go down probably.
As a defender, I used to be a forward or midfielder, and we're always taught shoot towards the ground because then the keeper has to dive.
Sure.
And the keeper doesn't want to dive because then they're on the ground and it's harder to get up.
Good.
You're hitting the ground. So they always taught us to shoot at the ground.
Cool.
So as a keeper, you're probably learning to defend the ground very well. But yeah, it's one of those things.
I love that insight. The Sounders sub in a new goalie, Thomas, which will play a factor here later in the game. But after a full 99 plus minutes of action here, we go into PKs, penalty kills. I got comments about me saying shootout. It's not a shootout.
Did you say penalty kills?
Penalty kicks.
Yes.
Sorry, not penalty kills.
Yes.
I'm thinking hockey for some
Yep.
reason. I can't even get it right. PKs. We're just going to call them PKs.
Hey,
We're the
we're
PKs.
getting to hockey season.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of sports going on. Sports ball. Okay, first we have in the PKs here, we have Pereira starting us off here, and he's going to miss right. Thomas
Looked like the keeper hurt his hand there.
instantly hurt his hand. He'll end up staying in the game and not seeming like that made a factor. As Rusnick's going to put this one in, Deacon to the left, to the right. Easy does it. Or no, sorry, we have Trianus here. Who's going to go, off the goalie and in here.
I have to say on that one, the keeper moved off the line before the ball was kicked.
Ooh, is that legal?
It is illegal. However, the ball went in, so they let it play.
Got it.
Had he saved it, I think they would have called it back and taken a reshot.
Good to know. I would have never known that.
In the penalty kicks, you have to stay on the line until the ball has been kicked. Then you can move off the line.
Sure. Goal for the Loons. It's tied at 1 here in the PKs. Next, we have Morris. It's a classic matchup here. Morris scored one of the goals earlier. He's going to go off the post high. And he is not very happy with himself, as that's going to play a factor later in these PKs. Next, we have John Good for the Loons, and he's going to bury it.
Once again, it's one of those where you just have to make your best guess of where they're going to shoot it, and he guessed wrong.
Next, we have Reagan. Easy does it. Left side. He puts the time. He goes to the wonder wall, which was going after the Seattle players this entire time. Nothing better. Dugan, good for the Loons here. He pumps up the wonder wall.
6-7.
6-7. I didn't even see that. Good catch there, Reed. Next, we have a not very usual approach here by Kent, but it's good for Seattle. Off St. Clair. He wishes he had that one back. He almost put us in a good opportunity. It's 5-5.
Just snuck it
tied
in there.
up. So even at 5 here, Markanic's going to get denied by Thomas. Thomas is going to talk smack to the Wonderwall. Next, we have Vargas. He's going to miss in the left post. Just friendly to St. Clair.
The little stutter step. Screwed him up.
Next, we have Dotson. Can he bury it? Can he put it away? Ooh, denied there by Thomas. Would that have ended it?
Um,
Or did they go all the way to the end?
that's a good question. I don't know
Or is it
if
sudden death?
I think after 5 it becomes sudden death.
Sudden death. Okay.
Yep.
So Thomas keeps,
Or as they say in the soccer world, golden goal.
golden goal. Rosario here gets denied by St. Clair. The goalie's showing out. St. Clair's like, not in our house. We're not
Keeping
going to let
us in this
Thomas do
game.
this to us. He'll come back later in the game here. Little snot rocket. Now we have the Goldies facing off here. We have St. Clair deking out Thomas and saying, good luck, Chief. Here, take this ball. Take this ball. Let's see if you can do it, Thomas. You've been talking smack to our Wonderwall all game. Game on the line here. St. Clair pumping up the crowd. And Thomas way over the goal. And the Loons move on.
Yep. Just a great game. You know, came back down 2 with 10 players.
I felt like I was levitating there for a second.
What a
I
way.
can see why people get so into this.
Yeah.
I was channeling my inner Swami there.
Yeah.
Did that sound good?
Yeah. It's great.
Swami, comment below if you thought that, give me a out of 5 rating for that breakdown there. But yeah, Loons are going to move on here. They're going to play San Diego.
San
which is a
Diego.
team that was ahead of us in the standings, obviously throughout the year. That's going to be on the 21st, I believe.
Yeah.
21st. Any thoughts?
Are we playing in Minnesota or in San Diego?
I think it starts in San Diego.
And we only play one game, right?
I think it's one game.
It'll be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Going there, one singular game.
I think we're on the road for the rest of the day.
Hopefully we keep this momentum and show them who's the king of the flock.
That was you're really channeling your inner Mitch right now. That was such a Mitchism.
A Mitchism.
Mitchism.
My Mitchism is showing.
Your Mitchism. All right. Are you ready for some? Comment below if you liked what we just did there. I don't know. It felt like a little all over the place, but I had fun doing it.
Yeah, it was great.
I channeled my inner Gus Johnson.
It was short and sweet.
Short and sweet. I think it's fun to see the highlights.
Yeah.
All right, ready for State of the State?
Yes, sir.
Gosh, nothing hits better than that. We need to have like a State of the State intro that's like State of the State, and then like that noise.
We need to get a professional voice actor
Yeah.
to record a bit for us.
Yeah, like they do on like K-Fan or something, where it's like the fan, like that guy. We need that
Yeah.
guy.
Maybe we could get Paul Allen.
That would be crazy. That'd be such a fun.
Should I hit up Paul Allen on,
We should
on
have
Twitter?
we should have everybody.
That'd be awesome.
I did comment on Fee's last Instagram post about coming on the pod since it's the off season. She
Yeah.
hasn't responded. So
Oh. Well, we can try.
we'll keep trying. Yeah. All right. November 3rd through November 9th, last week recap here. Wolves. Let's start with some Wolves here. Some Croonch time report. Wolves play tonight at 8 with about 15 minutes. They're 6-4. We'll do our standings update after 20 games. Keep an eye out. I'm gonna do a coaching up here, quarterly report for the Wolves. I'll do that after 20 games. Give you kind of a stats breakdown, some X's and O's, some deep dive into the Wolves. But last week we went 3-1, beat the Nets, lost to the Knicks on the road, Ant versus Cat. And then we beat the Jazz, and then we beat the Kings, some lower matchups there. So 3-1, still pretty good there. Now, there's been a lot of chatter online, and I would say both in the, Wolves media analysis sphere, and also with the I'd say like the just Twitter sphere in general is what's kind of been struggling for the Wolves. Is it scheme? Is it personnel? How does scheme affect the personnel? What's changed? Why is things good? Why are they now looking good against some teams in our last 2 games? Maybe even tonight when they play if it continues. I'm personally I'm a person. It's like a combination of the two: scheme and personnel changing. So we didn't really change much besides Jalen Clark kind of going into that second unit. So that's a personnel change, I would say, that you could do with it's not like signing or trading a player. A lot of people talked about just the fact that Jalen Clark was doing that. But if you look at the scheme X's and O's part, which I am obsessed with as a basketball coach, you can see the change that Finch made was switching everything on defense with that second unit that was struggling in one of the worst defensive units with Nas and Randall at the 4 or the 5. So I ask all that to ask you, are you more of a scheme or a personnel person, or do you think it's kind of a combination of both? Like, do you think if you need to change something, you want to change like who's playing? Or do you think you should be consistent with who's playing and it needs to change, your scheme needs to change?
I think it starts with personnel. You need to have the right people in there. I mean, obviously, if you have one player who's just not doing it, they gotta take a breather. But then after that, it becomes a scheme thing because they're professionals, right? They got there for a reason. They play in the NBA for a reason, and if they're not working well together, it's a scheme issue.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. I think Finch has been criticized a lot for being stubborn, but his stubbornness is also his character trait that makes him a really good coach. He's someone who the players trust him because they're going to he trusts them. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's going to let them work through anything that they need to work through during the regular season, and then take that body of work and be like, all right, what worked, what didn't work. If you're not going to be doing these things, you're not going to play the same amount of minutes. It seems pretty cut and dry. And I think for him, and he said this before, his goal as a coach is always to try to maximize every player on the court's potential by putting them in positions where they could be successful, which is what I think I think he's one of the best coaches in the league. Some might argue the complete opposite and say he's overrated, but I just think that's what you want in a coach, is to take players that maybe wouldn't be great and just throwing them out there and letting them see how they go and just putting them in spots that they're going to be successful. Jaden McDaniels, for example, they really simplified his role on offense to the point where now he's evolving, adding things to his offensive game that makes him really dynamic, really hard to guard, and a great third option for the Wolves, as you've seen the last couple of days, in the last week or two. This whole season, I would say, at this point. But now some good vibes. Ant coming back. It's great. Sacramento and in New York, he gave his jersey to fans. One fan, it was one of her first games back from her cancer treatments. She was so excited. She got that. Ant gave her a jersey. Awesome move there. And then last night, the Kings, I don't know if you saw this.
I did.
He gave his jersey to a fan. And after the game, it was really cool. He got interviewed about it, and he's just like, I used to be that kid that would be up at the nosebleeds and I would never get any jersey, obviously. And he found that one kid in the crowd that was sitting a little bit higher, and he's just going to remember that forever. And I think it's really cool.
And it's great because the kid was a Kings fan, so he's definitely converted to a Wolves fan for now.
Everybody loves Ant.
Yeah.
Like every game, if you're a Sacramento Kings fan, you're just looking, all right, when do we play Wembanyama? When are we going to play like the Lakers, obviously? And now the Wolves are in that category because it's like, when are we going to see Anthony Edwards in town? I have to go to that game.
Yep.
That's what I mean when I'm looking at tickets too. I'm just like, all right, which games are? I want to see Wemby. I want to see Giannis. I want to see those guys, and it's just cool we have a guy like that.
You want to see Ja?
No, I don't really. I have no interest in Ja.
Really?
No.
Mitch told me that Ja's coming to Minnesota.
You guys must get your news from the same source. What was it, like Wombly.com? Wombly.com? Or TikTok, search. That's where you get your guys' news. Johan got in a little trouble. Play the clip here.
Let me pull it up.
we'll give context, a little context before. Unwritten rule in NBA: if you're trying to run out the clock, you don't try to score. Johan, being that he's just turned 19, didn't really get that. Here's my thing. One, I think this rule is kind of stupid, but I get it. As a basketball coach, there's definitely been times where teams have done this, and it's been kind of annoying, I'd say, because they're showboating. I think they all knew Johan wasn't trying to showboat. I think he just really, truly had no clue about this because this is just like an American thing, it seems like.
It's definitely a culture change for
It's
him.
a culture change. And he also very confusing. We just came off the cup game where every point matters, a point differential. So he's probably like all week they're like, hey, if you're in the game, late in the game, like these points matter big time, a point differential. So like we go all the way to the whistle in these games. And maybe he just was like, oh, this is a cup game. We play the Kings in the cup next Friday. Like maybe he just got confused. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him and say that. Like I'm not saying that.
Maybe he was just excited that he was playing a game, and
I think he was just playing. He was just doing what we all would do if we had the ball.
yeah,
We could dunk.
yeah, he was doing what a 19-year-old kid from France would do.
I do love how the whole bench goes, no! If you can hear the podcast and the mics that they have like underneath the hoop. No! It's so funny.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that kid. He's literally like one of my favorites. He's going to be one of my favorites all time. He's just such a sweet soul. But, right now the vibes are we got a wagon forming. Our offense is so good. Everybody's focused on the defense. I know I've been focused on it. Like, how is it going to improve? We'll talk about that in my coaching up episode coming out soon after 20 games. But the offense has been so good. So good. Like one of the top 5 offenses easily so far. And very hard to guard all around. So we'll keep an eye on it. Next game's coming up here. We have the Jazz tonight. We beat them already once this year. Then we have another NBA Cup matchup at home with our puke green court. The neon green. I love it.
Grinch green.
Grinch green. There we go. We should have that for Christmas game. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We play them Friday. And then Saturday versus the Nuggets at home. Home. Back-to-back. I love that. So I wanted to go to one of these 2 games, but I'm not going to be able to make it. So, shout out to Terry Iyer, though. He's going for me
Cool.
on Friday. Terry and Barb. Shout out to you guys. Cheer loud. Yell a couple. For what? Getting rooted? Just yell a couple of those. That was definitely really loud, probably in your ear.
That was great.
All right. Are we ready to switch gears from good vibes to not very good vibes?
Yep.
All right. We're going to go Skolum report here.
Yep.
Skull. 4-5, 4th in the NFC North. Baltimore Ravens. Reed, I'll kick it off to you here. You can rant a little bit.
It was sloppy. Absolutely sloppy. Sloppy as sloppy can get. Sloppy Joes, no longer Sloppy Joes. They are Sloppy Kevins. And not that Kevin.
Not you, Kevin.
Please.
Kevin's a little sloppy sometimes.
Run the ball. Please run the ball. We have Aaron Jones. We have Jordan Mason. Both running back ones. Run the ball, please. Other than that, what's your vibe on Justin Jefferson's performance yesterday?
Before I comment on that, I want to give a shout out to my video that I made, a coaching up video, Minnesota Vikings. It was on after week 2 or 3. I made it. Are the Vikings going to be okay? That's the title of the video. Go check it out. It explains all these problems that we're having that have not been fixed.
Yep.
Just go check it out.
Yep.
That's just who we are. But JJ, I'm not worried about JJ. JJ Jettas. I'm not worried about him. I think the times that I'm not worried. I just think he just didn't have a great game.
Yep.
He was kind of getting like just mugged all day.
Yep. I'm chronically online, and it's probably one of my biggest red flags. But
You have no red flags, Reed.
we're working through it. Yeah, the vibes all around is that it was just a bad game, and there's all this chatter about negativity and whatnot. But I think people are just getting a little frustrated with the season, and you got to remember that Justin Jefferson wants to be a Viking. He wants to be here. He wants to play for the Vikings. He loves Kevin O'Connell. And yeah, there's a little bit of disconnect with JJ McCarthy, but that's part of developing a young quarterback. That's part of playing with a guy 4 times in a year. He's only played with him 4 times. Justin Jefferson was out all preseason, so it's really tough to develop that connection when you don't have any real time playing together. So I think everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be great. Yeah, we're on to the Bears.
Yeah, on to the Bears. Do you want to go through any offense or defensive things that stuck out to you?
Yep.
Do you want to go through that rundown?
Yep, sure. So our first drive is great. We converted 2 third downs. A huge throw to Naylor to set us up for a touchdown, rushing touchdown by Jones.
Okay, now this is where I always get so mad at NFL coaches because I think they outcoach themselves. And there's always this talk about this first drive is always scripted. You have this scripted plan. It always works great. Why can't we just go back to the scripted stuff until they stop it? Why can't we just run it back?
Yeah.
Why can't we just do that?
Why don't you script more than just the first drive?
Why can't we script like the first quarter?
They memorize all these plays. How can they not memorize like 2 or 3 drives?
How can we just not go back to what was working? Why do we have to make it so difficult? KOC is addicted to making it more difficult than it needs to be.
Yep.
Addicted.
I think he gets so in his head about, I have to make the biggest play. I have to be a great play caller. I have to make a good play. I have to make an explosive play.
I got to outsmart the defense. And half the times he outsmarts himself.
Yep. Lots of long developing plays. Last couple weeks, I had noticed that there were some quick, short throws.
Like last week when we won.
Yeah, it was great. And then yesterday, I didn't see much of that.
No.
And it was a bad game. And we got to get back to what works. So.
Yeah.
The rest of the first half, we kind of stunk. And then the second half, we were even worse. 2 interceptions for JJ. The first one threw into double coverage on 3rd and long, 3rd and 6. Generally, Jettis will say, put it up for him. He'll come down with it. He's done it time and time again. So can't really knock JJ for throwing the ball up to Justin Jefferson right there. So, and then the second interception, it was 3rd and 1, long throw to Justin Jefferson in single coverage, and he falls down. And you kind of, by his demeanor after getting up, it kind of looked like he expected a penalty there.
Yeah, incidental contact, though. I don't think that would have been.
I don't think it was a penalty. But
they all wanted it, though. But.
I could see how Justin thought it was. So, that's just the way the game plays.
But also 3rd and 1. It's like, what? Like
run the ball.
Just you.
Yeah, run the ball.
The thing that angers me is people are like, well, I mean, like you just run the ball every time on 3rd down. It's like, no. How about in that situation you're gonna go for it on 4th down? You're going for it on 4th down. So why don't you just do something that's a short yardage play, whether it's a run or a little quick pass, not a play action, just a quick pass to see if you can get something, because you're going to go for it on 4th in that exact situation. But we're going to throw the ball down the field one-on-one. Risky. It's risky.
Yep.
It's risky, but also like if it's incomplete, now you're 4th and 1, you'll be fine. But it's like you're not giving yourself like a solid opportunity to like be efficient. You're just like, how can we try to score a touchdown every single play?
Yeah, and that one, it was really tough because they lined up and Justin had single coverage, and that barely ever happens.
Yeah.
Had he stayed on his feet, I think it's a touchdown. But again, you're putting risk. I saw that they didn't run the ball a single time on 3rd and 4th downs. Threw the ball every single 3rd and 4th down. They threw the ball. Insane. And then I saw a clip from Blake Cashman talking about the Ravens offense and how they ran the ball a lot. The defense couldn't make those big explosive plays like everybody expect them to because the Ravens didn't try to absorb any risk.
They
didn't try to be
simplified.
Risky.
We make things
too
so
risky.
Hard. We make things too hard, too complicated.
Yep.
And another part about that is like you have a rookie quarterback. Every quarterback this is the first time KOC's had a rookie quarterback that he's been working with. So this is another factor that I just don't think he realizes has yet figured out how to handle that.
Yeah.
And I just think he puts him in positions that are not making him successful. He trusts them a little bit too much to kind of do whatever, which is a double-edged sword as a rookie quarterback. You got to just be careful.
Yep.
Like Drake May talked about earlier in the season. He's like, yeah, I missed some reads, but like, when I miss some reads, I just take off and run, which is fine. You see JJ do that, but like, we don't even put him in positions for him to miss reads and take off and running, because at half the time he's doing a play action when the whole defense knows you're not running the ball because you refuse to run the ball. So if you refuse to run the ball, why are you running a play action?
Yeah.
It's silly. Just pass the ball if you're going to pass the ball all the time. If you're going to throw the ball all the time, just throw it. Quit adding a play action in there. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I think every coach needs to take a step back and to be like, all right, what can we do better? Because I honestly think most of this has to do with coaching.
Yep.
Obviously, execution stuff. But then we look at the penalties.
Yeah, too many penalties. We had 13 penalties for 102 yards, 8 of them being false starts, which is absurd. At home, 8 false starts. Last year, we played Houston at home, and they had 5 false starts, and we thought that was crazy.
That's actually, like, I think I was hearing today that's not been done ever at home.
Insane. It's
okay. Luke Braun, shout out to you. I would love to have him on the pod. He's so good. He was talking on the Locked on Vikings podcast on his show that he has about, with him and Ron Johnson. They were both talking about, now who's this on? Like, when you have 8 false start penalties and they're all different people, it's not the same person over and over again. That's is that an execution error, or is that a
I think
like not ready to play?
I think it's a preparation issue.
I think it is too. I think there's, again, we don't get to go to the practices, we don't get to see this, so we don't know what's being talked about. But when you're having these many procedural issues, that means that you hadn't practiced it enough to be ready to do that. If that makes sense. One example, the one where Darisaw and I think Hawkinson both jumped off sides when he looked like he was in a tempo, like up first down, we're going. He goes to can, which is audible.
He goes, I think he says Oscar,
which is opposite.
Yep, changes the direction of the run.
But the whole line doesn't know that he's changing. Like, usually in the tempo, you're just up and go first down. And if you want to change something, usually a quarterback has something that indicates to the line, all right, we're back to our normal cadence. Because when I say, like, we're in tempo, in the first sound, you're going. You're not even, like, waiting for the ball. And so him not doing that means that it's either him messing up and they've been told a million times, or they didn't even practice that.
Yep.
It's one or the other. But when it happens 8 times, it's like, okay, I don't know. It's just this stuff is just not.
Something's not clicking.
Something's not clicking. I just feel like it's just like it can't just be always on the players. It has to have some equal. People love KOC. I love KOC. I'm not blaming him, but like, this whole year has just been, how can we outsmart ourselves?
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be super negative, because we just beat the Lions. So I'm not, this is part of that roller coaster season that we're talking about. Roller coaster. It's like, why can't we just make it easy? It's the same with a lot of teams in the NFL. Like, it's like the Packers, for example. They lose to the Panthers last week. Same stuff. It's the same kind of stuff where it's like, sometimes coaches outcoach themselves, they outsmart themselves, and they don't make it easy for their players. That separates the great coaches from the really, really, really good coaches. So anyways, keep going. Defense.
We skipped one point. A little bit of good. Jalen Naylor, fantastic game. Yeah, 5 of 5, 124 yards and a touchdown. Absolutely awesome. Going into the season, he's been kind of spotty if he was going to catch the ball. In the offseason, he put in a lot of work. And then preseason, he had hand surgery, actually. And so everybody thought it was going to get even worse. But no, Jalen Naylor proved all of us wrong, and he can catch the football. Yeah. He's becoming one of my favorites.
Yeah, he had an awesome game.
Yep, love Speedy.
As
for the defense, first half we did great. Held the Ravens to only 3 field goals. And then in the second half, we got tired.
Yeah.
They let up 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But overall did pretty good and kept us in it. You know, that game could have gone a whole lot worse with the amount of missed opportunities we had and the amount of field goals they had. Just shows how good our defense was in the red zone.
Yeah. I think as like a defense, like your vibe is kind of based on the offense too. Like if one side of the ball, like if you're not playing complementary football, like it's gonna give. And I thought the defense did a great job today. I mean, not that the Ravens have been just like stellar today. That's another thing too. It's like the Ravens have been struggling all year, even though they've been kind of picking it up since they got some guys back from injury. But like, how can we not move the ball on this defense?
Yeah. Their defense is back. Their defense is better. They're all healthy. They didn't have any injuries. So we're playing a good defense. But yeah. We did do a good job of keeping Lamar from scrambling. In the past, we've really struggled with that with like Caleb Williams and Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
They scrambled a ton against us because we worry too much about going to the sides and we leave the front wide open. We did not do that this game. So we kept Lamar in check. Hopefully we can keep that moving forward next week against Caleb.
Yeah.
And yeah, overall, great. I wish they would focus more on making the tackle rather than trying to strip the ball. There's too many plays where, you know, they made contact, but instead of taking the player to the ground, they're trying to strip the ball out or punch the ball out, which is great when it works, but more times than not, it doesn't work. Yeah. So
our team this is the best part about the Vikings. And like, I can't remember who I was talking to about this. It's like when we win on both sides of the ball, it's like it's so fun to watch because we have the offense. It's just like they have cool players, cool play design. It looks sweet. There's always like fun stuff about it. Defense. Same thing. We have like so much swagger. We're like flying around, making all these big plays. Like last year's defense, it was so much fun to watch because they're just doing all these interceptions and stuff, good dances. Like that stuff's all fun. But when it comes down to like you play some teams that are really really well coached, and I'm not saying the Vikings aren't. I'm just saying sometimes we outcoach ourselves and we don't make it simple. Sometimes you need to simplify the game. And the Ravens simplified the game. They're like, this is what we're going to do, make it super simple, and let them make the mistakes. And we just made the mistakes.
Yep.
And we can't do that next week versus the Bears, which will be another Sideline Vibes showdown here. We want to do a watch party?
We can.
Noon game? Oh, we should do that. Should we do live?
Sunday noon.
Should we do live?
Live from the crib.
Let me check with the wife and see. Let me check with the wife. We'll see what we do.
Let me check with the roommate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wait, do you get to make all the decisions on that as head of the household?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I don't think you need to ask him. I think you just do it.
Mitch, we're having a watch party. That's the end of it. And you're going to sit here and you're
going
to watch the Bears play the Vikings, and you're going to like it.
I need to check with Bailey first, but yeah, we'll need to fix all those things. I think we're going to see a good game though against the Bears. Like I think we're pretty locked in. So
yep.
Just make it simple. Just make it easy, please. KOC, just run the football once on third down, not half the time. Just half the time. It'd be great.
And
stop
don't
running too much play action.
Don't worry about covering DJ Moore. They don't throw him the ball anyways, so. You know, did not help my fantasy team at all. But, you know.
There's a theory that he has testicular torsion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've not seen that one. Did you get that one from Wombley.com?
No, I had heard it on the Ringer Fantasy Football Show, which is very painful, I've heard. So he's been recovering from that.
Yeah, that's tough.
Apparently, allegedly. All right, Puckhead action here. We got Wild 7-7-3. We'll do our standings update after 20 games, just like we do with the Timberwolves. We don't need to get into standings talk this soon. Last week, we won 3 games, lost 1, just like the Wolves. Kind of putting it together so far here. We're getting there. The vibe is we're getting there. We got a 2-0 win against the Flames with our cool throwback jerseys. Have you seen those?
No, I've not.
They're so cool. We have our North Stars jerseys, like color scheme that we wear. Now we have our throwback jerseys from the 2000s. Minnesota is doing some of the best jersey work I've seen in a while. Vikings, we can have those throwbacks come in a little bit more. Maybe make them our permanent jerseys. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
Do you have any wild thoughts?
The
Shout out to Rihanna.
overtime goal against the Predators.
Oh,
was
yes. I
crazy.
forgot to talk about this. Can we play that? Can we pop it up? Can we pop it up?
I think I have it saved. Let me see.
I need to know, okay, if you're a hockey person, please comment what happened with this. I was watching this live, and I had no idea what was going on. I forgot to talk about this. I forgot to write this down.
I actually, I was all about it when it happened. Essentially, the goalkeeper kicks the goal off of the ice, which generally when the goal is moved off the ice, they stop play. But because he did it intentionally, they just let it play out.
Yeah, this is wild. Literally. I've never seen anything like, I've never seen a game end like this. The Predators had no idea, like they couldn't figure out what was going on. They're like, how is this game over? The puck didn't even go in the net. The Wild knew right away. They just like left. They're like, what the heck?
Yep. So you see the goalkeeper there. He pushes the goal off, and we still had the puck, and we didn't even shoot it into the goal, and it counted because
who is that that's shooting that? Can you get a close up? I think I was gonna say Granlund. It's not Granlund. Oh my gosh. Kaprizov gets a good little slap. Yeah, it wasn't even gonna go in the first time.
He was like, "What are you doing?"
It's like, what the heck happened? The refs don't blow it. So the Predators were arguing that because that wasn't going to go in the first time, it wasn't because of the net, it was going to go in the backside of the net, that it should have just been dead.
Yeah, if you kind of look at it from this angle, I mean, let's see if we can get the top angle again.
He definitely pushes it off on purpose.
You see how he hits it, and it would have gone behind the net.
It would have.
It would not have bounced back to him like that. So yeah, it's absolutely wild that they don't even kick it. They don't put it in the goal, and it still counted
the game was
as
over.
a goal.
The game ended with nobody scoring.
The game ended
in the net
with that being a goal. It doesn't make any sense.
Has that ever happened?
I've never seen that.
But I love how I can't tell who the Wild player is that has his hands up. I can't see the numbers, but he instantly goes with his hands like this. Have you ever seen a player score a game-winning goal and just be so confused? He's like,
what?
I don't know what just happened, but I think I won the game.
And it's like he knew what was going on because he still put the put the puck as if the goal was there.
So smart, because I think I would have just froze and been like,
I think I would have been like, plays up.
But he just kept going.
He kept going. So obviously he knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So,
but then he also looked extremely confused.
Yeah. Maybe it was like what are you even doing, dude? You're just giving us the game.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Wild. That's quite literally one of the wildest things I've seen in sports in a while. Next game's here for the Wild. Excuse me, I had like a burp percolating for did you hear my voice? Like I kept getting higher and higher. Oh, that hurt actually. This version of Celsius here, spritz vibe, awful. This is one of the worst drinks I've ever had. Celsius Live Fit Spritz Vibe. Sparkling Snowball Frost. I feel like I'm drinking a Kool-Aid jammer that has caffeine in it.
That's funny.
But way more sugar.
That's
it's
funny.
Really bad. Not good. Not good. Anyways, the Wild's next games this week. Tuesday versus the Sharks. Saturday versus the Ducks. And Sunday versus the Golden Knights.
All at home.
All at home. Homestand here. Right after the volleyball tournament, high school volleyball tournament is done. So kind of a little road. Next we have the Frost Advisory. We're going to start calling this.
Oh.
I got to add that to our thing.
That's
Frost
cool.
Advisory.
Yep.
They're going to do a takeover tour. I don't know if you saw this. I'm going to read it.
While you're pulling that up, shout out Marshall Tigers volleyball.
Yeah, shout out to Marshall Tigers.
State champions.
10. First time a volleyball program has gotten over double digit. I mean, they have the most all time, so they're setting the bar.
Yep, they're the most to get to the championship game in Minnesota.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to them. They work hard. Hard. They're well-oiled machine. So, anyways, the takeover tour, they are basically doing the PWHL is going to be doing like games that are neutral site games, so that fans can go to them that they don't have a team in that. Which is awesome.
Great way to grow the league.
Fantastic idea. I think honestly the WNBA should do that.
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, the NFL does that, I guess, with like their
International
games.
yeah.
NBA is starting to do that. NHL, I think they do like the outdoor games, so that kind of counts, I guess. Yeah, I think every league should do something like this, but this is an awesome opportunity for them. I don't need to read through all of the 16 games will be played over 112 days across the nation. Oh, here we go. Here's the locations. We have one in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Chicago, Ottawa versus Minnesota in Chicago, Minnesota versus Vancouver in Edmonton. It's kind of fun. Neutral site game there. I'm trying to see if any other Minnesota. New York versus Minnesota in Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. What else? Where else is be cool? A lot of Canadians. It's like half Canadian, half like Denver gets a couple. I think Detroit, Dallas has one. That's fun. Chicago, yeah, kind of fun. I don't know. I just thought it was a fun little tidbit. They start their season again on the 21st, so we're gearing up. We're almost there. I'm excited.
That's a game that we should watch.
Yeah, we gotta be locked in. Raise the banner night.
Yeah.
Okay, off season. We got bigger necessities here. Wrap around. What could they add to Target Field next year to improve the vibes? That's my question for you. A dunk tank?
So at work, we did a LeaderCast thing, and one of the speakers for LeaderCast was Jesse Cole, who is the, I guess you could say owner, president, CEO, whatever, of the Savannah Bananas. And hearing his story of how he went from nothing to growing this league that is already sold out in a year in advance, insane.
Yeah.
Super cool. They do a lot of cool stuff at their games. I'd wish to go to one. I think if the Twins took a little bit from their book, that'd be kind of cool.
Like, what could they do that's...
I know you would absolutely love if the players start doing, like, TikTok dances.
Why would I love that? I actually don't like that about the Savannah Bananas.
I know.
I just want them to play ball.
I know. I know.
I think Savannah Bananas is, like, the most... Shout out to the guy. Great... I mean, I'm not dogging any of them. They're good people. It's the thing. I just can't find myself ever paying money to go and watch that or watch it on TV. I get why people do. I get why kids love it. It's awesome. It's really fun. But it's just sometimes people take it a little too seriously. Like it's just.
I relate it to like the Globetrotters.
Yeah, it's like
you go to a Globetrotters game and it's fun. You're not there to watch a basketball game.
Yeah.
You're there to watch the antics.
Yeah.
And it's got a little bit of basketball in it. So if like as a kid, I loved watching the Globetrotters. Even now, I feel like I'd like watching the Savannah Bananas. Just because it's...
As an adult.
Yeah, because I'm not...
an adult with a real job and a home.
Yeah, because I'm not a
You're choosing to go watch the Savannah Bananas by yourself.
Not by myself. I'd go with like my dad or some friends.
Sure. I'm being
but I'm not a big baseball guy. I think baseball has a lot of boring parts to it.
Sure.
And I think the Savannah Bananas do a good job of adding in some fun to it. And like if they only show like the antics on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and whatever,
sure.
They're not going to show the actual game because that's not what they're about.
I did watch a game that was on at Varsity Pub one time with Mitch, and I was like, I can't believe people paid money that don't have kids to go to this.
Do you know how much the tickets are? $15.
Sure.
Unlimited food and drinks for $15.
I think it's awesome. That's awesome. Again, for a family experience, great thing to do. I'm not clowning them. If you're taking your kids to Savannah Bananas, awesome. Love that. As an adult, I'm not asking my friends if you guys want to go to the Savannah Banana game.
Yeah.
But also, I guess if you think it's really cool for you to...
I think it'd be fun to watch.
I would say if you're asking me, if you're like texting our group chat, like, hey, do you guys want to go to a Savannah Banana game? I would come up with any excuse not to.
Yeah. Like thinking about it in that way, I would not text the group chat and be like, hey guys, let's go watch these guys dance around.
With their shirts half off. A lot of that stuff too is a little cringy because it's like some of the guys do like thirst traps.
Yeah.
And the moms in the crowd are just like losing their minds. It's like kind of inappropriate, I'd say, in that regard. It's like these moms who are like bringing their kids to the games. Yeah, let's go to Savannah Bananas. And it's like these like borderline teenage heartthrobs,
They also
boy
got
band heartthrobs that are like half naked running around the bases.
they got
It's like
the
put your
banana
shirt on.
nanas too. They got banana nanas. They got a bunch of old ladies who dance.
You know too much about Savannah Bananas.
Well, just from this 1 hour and a half presentation, I learned his
True, I
entire
guess,
life
yeah.
story. It's great. But
I
no,
am not clowning.
I think
Not clowning the guy. Not clowning the people that go to it. I am clowning. If my friends in a group chat ask me, I would come up with any reason to. I'd be like, "Oh, sorry,
gotta walk my
cleaning."
fish.
Yeah, I'm walking Kevin today multiple times. I can't make it.
No, it's a cool story though. The way
Oh, yeah,
he goes
absolutely.
from nothing, sold his house for this. So pretty
Yeah,
cool. I think it'd be cool to go to one game. Just check it out. I think I want to go to a game and check it out. I would
can
not
never
expect
say
you to go.
I know, but as it would be funny content. I think we should go to one.
It would be funny.
But also, I think
I'm gonna surprise you
just
someday
can't-
for your birthday.
I
And be like,
can't
hey,
take it
Mitch,
seriously. I would be such a hater there the whole time.
Hey, Mitch
But
and Derek, let's go to a professional baseball game, and then we
at
throw
Target
back-
Field, and we're like, all right, we're going to
We
Target
should
Field for a
spend
game,
bananas.
and you don't tell us like specifically. That'd be a good prank. I just like, I always try something once. I gotta sneeze.
Gesundheit.
Thanks. I always try something once, and it would be really funny to go to it. I also would find myself probably liking it, but also, I don't know, man.
The idea of it is kind of cringe, but I feel like it'd be fun. It's one of those things where you can't think about it too much.
I don't
you just
think,
gotta
I think the
enjoy
idea,
it.
actually, opposite. I think the idea is not cringe. I think the execution can be cringy. And I think what I get stuck on is like, it's the people who take it really seriously, who are like fans. And like the people who like thirst over the college age boys who didn't make it in the MLBs.
Yeah.
Who have probably great stories. They're probably great people. Like I'm sounding like a hater, but also I'm like,
That light over there is starting to blind me now.
this one, the blue
one, that one,
oh, that one,
the
is-
white one is-
the blue one. I'm trying to like put my shoulder here. These lights we're gonna have to upgrade here. Anyway, should we move on to Lynx? I don't want to talk about. That's the most Savannah Banana talk we'll ever have.
Yep.
Prowls
I'm in yellow,
piece-
so
Yeah, true. You do look like a banana. Prowls piece. I did see. Fee did kind of like a millennial. Here's what's happening in the off season, and she posted some Halloween stuff. She had some awesome Halloween costumes that she had. I commented on it and said, "Hey, come on the pod." She didn't respond, but maybe her people are trying.
she's
to
just
like,
getting
figure
to
out-
it.
Maybe yeah, just trying to figure.
They're
out
working
date.
on scheduling.
Scheduling. Yeah, they're talking to our HR person, Bailey. But anyways, which Lynx player do you think is having the best offseason so far? Like having the most fun? Or have you seen a lot?
I have not seen anything
Okay.
at all.
I think Courtney's having a lot of fun. She went, she shaved her head and just like has been going around. She went like to the NASCAR races. I don't know what she was doing, but she's going all over the place. Lana's just trying a bunch of coffee out. Fee seems like she's on. Fee is probably having the best. Cheryl argued, Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I followed Dijonay
Oh yeah.
after we went to the game, and I must have unfollowed her at some point because I haven't seen anything from her.
She's probably just keeping it low key.
That too.
Keeping it low key.
Just hanging out with her partner,
Sure.
her world champion partner.
Yeah. Maybe that's why she's like, I'm gonna lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get healthy.
Free agency starts. I don't know when free agency starts, but when it starts, we're going to be on it because there's probably going to be some movement, unfortunately, which usually happens after any team that doesn't win championship kind of needs to retool, as they say. Do you have any other Lynx thoughts?
I'm excited for next year. I've been kind of getting into it. I've never been a big WNBA fan. I've always thought that I've been kind of poisoned by the media,
Yeah.
of the toxic media.
Masculinity,
Yeah.
sports
But
media.
after going to the game, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And maybe it was like the vibe, but just watching, it was fun. So I think I'll watch a lot more this year. I'll try to, depending on what networks it's on. So
I love it.
might have to go to the bar. Oh shucks.
Yeah. Dang. My favorite thing about doing this podcast too is like I've grown to I was already kind of like semi into but since college. I remember me and my friends would go watch the WNBA finals. Any sports opportunity to watch, we'd watch it. Any championship level basketball or football or baseball, like we're watching it at our college. Shout out to the petting zoo. Which is called. That's how you'll know. You know if you know in St. Cloud people. Anyways, we would watch a bunch of games. So I've just been like kind of locked in, but like I've grown out of it for a while. And now doing this podcast, I'm just like growing my love for Minnesota sports again, and just being locked in on it has like been really fun. And yeah, I just feel like it's good. I feel like it's good for everybody.
I've definitely been watching more or been exposing myself to more sports since joining the pod. I've been watching the World Series.
Yeah, it's
the Game 7 because it was on, and it wasn't on. I pulled it up on my phone because I'm like, it's tied game. I gotta watch this. This is must see baseball right here. So.
And I think another thing too with our podcast, not to toot our own horn, is a lot of our chatter. Besides, like obviously we get frustrated with our teams. Is like, what cool things are happening in the sports world that are like that we just want to put in a capsule instead of like debating about whose legacy is hurting the most. It's just like what this happened. It was cool. Let's break it down for you. Let's talk about it. But I think it's been fun.
Yep.
Vibe of the week. I decided for Vibe of the week that we just talk about the Marshawn Nealon tragic passing. If you don't know, Marshawn Nealon passed away, a Dallas Cowboys player, last week. Cowboys released an official statement. Here it is. Marshawn Nealon tragically passed away this morning. Marshawn was a beloved teammate and a member of our organization. Our thoughts and prayers regarding Marshawn are with his girlfriend, Catalina, and his family. I think sometimes in sports, obviously we don't know.
We don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
We don't know what's going on behind the scenes in everybody's life. And I think sometimes in sports we lose that when we just look at these people on TV and we like think of them as like characters in a TV show. Yeah.
And he even had a great game the week before, scored a touchdown, but on defense. But yeah, you never really know what's going on. So check on your people.
Absolutely.
Make sure they're doing good.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I felt like it was important for us to have this moment to kind of think about that, but also talk about the suicide hotline. They've changed it, so now it's actually easier to contact for help. So they changed it just to 3 numbers, 988. So it's like 911, but you can text or call or chat, or you can go to the feature where it just chats with somebody. Not an AI person, but like someone who's on the other end who works for the suicide hotline or volunteers for the suicide hotline. And if you're having any struggles, facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol or drug use concerns, or just need to talk to somebody, just dial 988, and that will bring you to somebody who can help you. I just think it's important for us to take a look out for each other and kind of share that information, because you never know who's struggling and who needs some help. So I think as sad as this situation is and it's tragic, it's important to kind of reflect in moments like this. But thinking about the Cowboys and thinking about Marshawn's family during this time.
Yep.
And we'll leave it at that. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace out.
All right, that's a wrap.
That'll do it.